So this is what everybody was hyped up about with Shaw. Everybody was hyped for Shaw because she has a sniffing fetish. Shaw's got a sniffing fetish. She finally found her husbando that she can do adventuring with because she can sniff him and not want to puke. That's why Shaw's great. I know it's probably more than that, but still, it was like, that's her quirk. That she likes to smell him because he smells pleasant. He doesn't stink like the other hunters do. Give me a break. But no, episode was really fantastic. Really good episode. I mean, yes, putting Shaw aside, that goofy introduction of her and her desire to want to sniff him because he doesn't smell bad. It was a good episode. Finally having a group, a party that's not a bunch of jerks. I'm just so used to every time Sung goes into some place with a hunting party, they end up being dirtbags. And I was kind of wondering why they were bringing up that first party again from the first episode. Why were they bringing up that old party again? The double dungeon party. Oh, because they want to contrast the fact that these guys aren't going to pull the rug out from underneath him and run out and let him be a sacrifice. For once, everybody's like, hey, we're going to get you out of here. Don't worry. We're going to get you out of here. When we get distract him, you run out the door. Here, take my wheel. These people are actually nice people. They're actually good people. Was a really nice, refreshing thing there. But yeah, overall, really fantastic episode. I feel bad for anybody that goes in a dungeon with Sung at this point. Of course, I've had my ongoing theories. I mean, I had it with the Red Gate especially. There's obviously something about Sung that... Not necessarily that misfortune comes upon people around him, it's just more the fact that it seems like everything is sort of molded around him to get him stronger. There's difficulties that he's facing in order to make him stronger. Things are being put into play to make very difficult tasks for him to have to take down so he gets stronger. And unfortunately, everybody gets dragged into it. I don't think this dungeon was supposed to be like this. These people know what they're doing. These people have been doing this for a long time. They're very skilled. They have a system built and everything. Yes, things will still happen. Red gates happen. It's not like Sung's the only one that's ever experienced a red gate. But it does seem like, yeah, these people they're fit. They know what they're doing. They're very skilled. Like when they first go in there, they immediately go into combat mode. They don't say a single thing. And this is this guy's first time leading the group. These people are just innate. Like they are a team that have been working together for a long time. And so they don't even need commands. And so, yeah, it's like, okay, so we finally get to see these people in action and they suck? No, they don't suck. It's just that, again, I don't think this dungeon is supposed to be this way. Sung is putting him in that danger. I do like the fact that he actually stepped up before anybody died. I thought that at least one person would die, but at least he stood up, stepped in there, prevented something from happening. Good boy, doing the stealth mode so that he doesn't get seen, even though... I don't know what her name is. I like her, though. I like the binding girl. I call her Bug Girl. I don't know what. She reminds me of a bug. I'm going to call her Bug Girl from now on. I think the only one we've really named so far is the leader, which was Sun, Semi, which was the healer, Jinho, which was the caster chick or whatever she was, and then Bug Girl. They didn't name Bug Girl, though. I like her. But yeah, she sees it. She's like, you're in a party with some mages. I seen you casting that. The way that they put it in the mon was that she says because she's a caster, casters of high skill or whatever, they could detect when camouflage is casted. So it's almost like a fake Grand Order thing where it seems like mages are like the counter to assassin type. But yeah, I like her. But yeah, it was good that he actually stepped up in the end. But yeah, let's get to the episode proper. I'm kind of skipping all over the place. But yes, opening up with the introduction of Shaw. I like the fact they technically noted that she thought that he had a weapon in hand. And of course, he probably put it away using his inventory thing. So it kind of threw her off. At first, she's like, what is this dude doing here? Why does he have his weapon out? But then she realized, no, he doesn't have a weapon, ? But yeah, him walking by and then Sniff. At least I called it. I got lost. He didn't say bathroom, though. I was really hoping that he would say bathroom. Yeah, I was looking for the bathroom. I got lost. But no, I got lost. Okay, well, get away from here because you're going to get in danger. They kind of note afterwards with the other guys that, yes, technically she is somebody that uses all of her free time. Like when everybody else is resting and the miners come in and they start doing their work, she's still, using her rested time to walk around and make sure that they're safe. She's constantly there protecting them, which is kind of cool. They kind of know the fact that, yeah, technically we never get to see her. So it's kind of a, wow, good for you being able to get next to her. Again, she doesn't like to be around other hunters. Even if he is E rank, she's kind of alluding to the fact that it's probably because he's an E rank. It makes me wonder if it's their aura. Because again, the last episode, it seems like there's a lot of emphasis being now put on auras, that everybody has this aura, and that she sensed something with Sung it was familiar to Go. His aura was similar to Go. And I'm wondering if that means that possibly Go might be another rare exception for her where she's not like, again, completely wanting to vomit with the smell of Go. Maybe Go has a very nice aura to him as well, that he doesn't stink. But yeah, she's always protecting them and everything. And yeah, she's noting that he doesn't smell, but it might be because he's E rank, but he smells pleasant. Opposite, he smells pleasant, which I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I'm assuming it's probably a thing that he's been working all day. Dude's got to have a little bit of BO going on there. So I don't know, maybe she finds his BO pleasant, but that sort of makes me believe there's something countering the actual smell of his body odor. Because again, he's working all day. He's got to smell somewhat. So I'm thinking it's actually his aura that actually smells good. But she also said the idea that wasn't like pungent. So it's not necessarily like a typical hunter's aura and smell. It's actually something else. Again, it could be the fact that he's a player and not necessarily a hunter. I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into it. But yeah, they finish up the whole work and they really want to hire him. Please, we're going to keep you around. We'll pay you a whole bunch extra. Oh yeah, we got this other dungeon open up. We need another party group. Can you help us one more time? And that gets him excited. The idea that there's an A rank that's going to be opening up. He wants to check that out. And so he ends up kind of accepting it. There was a skip chapter in the manhwa where we did have Jinho, and he is with his cousin. And he's trying to get a hold of Sung this entire time. And of course, Sung's working, so he can't answer the phone. But yeah, he's talking to his cousin about his situation, that he's trying to, that, talks went well with his father, but he needs to, hire this Sung guy. The cousin has absolutely no clue who the hell he's talking about. It seems like she's a model, and there's this news broadcast that's happening at the same time. This movie star whose name is Lee Min-sung. I don't know. I don't think they've ever brought up him before, but he's apparently this guy they're making this big spectacle out of him doing his actual evaluation. Like, he's awakened to become a hunter, and so they're going to be doing this big, massive TV broadcast of him actually going to get evaluated, which his cousin's like, this is all for show. Like, they know who he is. Like, she's a model. She's been hit on by the guy before. Like, he's a total ladies' man. But apparently he's already been evaluated, and he's already A-ranked evaluated. So he's going to be high up rank. But again, because they're trying to make this big movie spectacle out of it, and he's a TV star, they're trying to make it into like a big thing. But anyways, his cousin ends up calling Sung with his phone and is like, oh, look, he answered. Here, talk to him. And yeah, he's like, hey, can I talk to you? And he's like, yeah, I got work tomorrow, but if it's okay late after, we'll meet together. So it is kind of setting up that once Sung, if he finishes this dungeon that he's currently in with the show, he's supposed to meet up with Yo, and Yo is going to try to recruit him, I'm guessing, at that point. But yes, cutting the next day, Sung going to the new group. Again, having that little brief moment of seeing like, Joohee, Song, Kim, all those folks from the very first episode again. Again, I felt it was a bit weird that they brought this up right here, because I'm like, well, I mean, he's been going to little parties with Yo all the time. You would assume that he'd have that same nostalgia there. But this is kind of different in the idea that everybody's looking at Sung as an E rank, whereas Yo doesn't look at him like that anymore. Yo looks at him as this guy that's incredibly powerful, that, he's soloing dungeons with them. So obviously him having that feeling of walking into all those, low rank hunters that are all minors would be a little different feeling there. So it kind of makes sense. And again, it does technically want to parallel that, because later on having everybody not do like everybody did with the double dungeon and actually wanting to help him get out. But yeah, after the guy's trying to hire him again, we have the captain Son Ki-hoon show up. I like this guy. I wasn't really sure. Again, this is like that whole aspect. This story really does make you not trust anybody, because like everybody that looks like they have a smile or whatever ends up turning into a dirtbag in the end. But yeah, I like this guy right now. So far, I don't know. He could totally double cross everybody in the next episode, but he seems cool so far. But yeah, he's looking for somebody to come in as a porter. Nobody wants to join in. They're like, no, the risk isn't worth it. Nobody wants to go in there, which makes sense. I mean, even though they have in the anime, they had 9 people with them, there's still a chance that some monster will get by, or maybe even just crossfire will happen and Sung can die. Now, when they first do enter the dungeon, there's a little bit in the manhwa where Semi, the healer, is talking to Sung. If a mage gets attacked, it's the tank's fault. If a healer gets attacked, it's the strike squad's fault. And if a porter gets attacked, it's the guild's fault. And so it kind of puts this kind of level of responsibility to everybody in the group, that the way she's basically putting it is that, and he even connects this, if the porter gets attacked, it means that everybody's dead. That's like that accountability there. You do not let the porter get hurt. That's their full responsibility there. And the only way that they would get hurt is that everybody's dead, because everybody would shield him to the very end. So it's kind of a cool thing to kind of, again, alleviate his mind, or at least any other. And we know that Sung doesn't need his mind alleviated here. He doesn't need his worries alleviated here. Any other porter would know that based on that. But anyways, nobody wants to join it, but Sung does. And it does kind of give an indication that when the guy hears E rank, he perks up. So that kind of makes me believe that Sung possibly has heard about this guy that's an E rank that's possibly really powerful. Because again, this is like the worst kept secret at this point. So he may have picked up on that. Again, my original theory was that Choi had set up this whole thing just to see if he can get, or maybe at least advertise it in order to get Sung to join them. I don't know if they implied who Cha was talking to, because we did get a little brief moment where Cha, again, dreaming about the fact of sniffing Sung again, jumping in her bed and sniffing and going, oh, he smells so pleasant. I want to sniff Sung again. She was contacting somebody to look into Sung, but they said that, yeah, Choi's looking into him too. That apparently Go has it all locked down, or at least the guild itself has got any information on Sung has locked down. So kind of a cool thing that Go's doing that for him, locking down his file, not letting anybody know what it says. But yeah, they go in the dungeon. Again, really cool to kind of see how, despite the fact that they're, it seems like this is a new group, or at least a new leader, that everybody knows exactly what they're doing. Like, without command, everybody's on point. They know the dogs seem like they are not supposed to be in the dungeon. They're supposed to be usually in a B rank dungeon. And that's possibly because they are being controlled. They have collars, not being slaughtered by the bigger monsters. They're actually being controlled instead. And then, yes, a bunch of crazy high orcs show up and start beating the crap out of everybody. Taunts not working, spells are resisted, summons aren't doing well, all that kind of crap. Chopped off limbs, all forcing Sung to have to actually step up. And I like how he uses his stealth ability to kind of not necessarily one-shot everything, but just kind of hinder them to the point that everybody can take them down. Now, it kind of emphasizes it a little bit in the anime, but the manhwa's a little more in the idea that Simi, when she sees that one literally get strangled and its spine ripped out, like Sung literally grabs him and just yanks his spine out. And that was kind of the thing that really stood out to Semi after the battle was like, no, dude, I seen one of their spines get ripped out. Who did that? And they're like, hey, Gina, can you do that? I ain't got that spell to do that. I can't rip spines out of high orcs like that. I got no spells like that. Which does kind of imply the idea that they don't really know necessarily what every single one of their capabilities are, or at least the extent of their spells and their powers. In the manhwa, he is kind of pointing out the idea that he should probably do this more often, where this is a cool way for him to actually level up, is that he can join these groups and then just stealth around and kill things and get part of their experience. Because yes, as he's striking them, and the other ones finish them off, he is getting level up. He does note that he could probably get more if he actually finished them off himself, but he does acknowledge that this is not his gate. This is the guild's gate. They paid a lot of money for this place. He can't just go in there and start killing mobs in front of them so that he can, gain all the experience. In the end, Sung's like, oh, I don't want to be a bad boy and do naughty things like that. But yeah, it was interesting to see how powerful Semi was, because we've only seen one other healer in this series, or at least focused on one, which was, of course, Joohee. And Joohee, from the very beginning, she was like B rank. And of course, without everything that happened with the double dungeon, she became traumatized. It even notes right here, Sung says, if Joohee was able to get over her trauma, she probably would have been able to join a group like this, knowing the idea that, again, Semi seems to probably be an A rank. I'm kind of curious if she is A rank, because as we see here, she's so powerful that she's able to regenerate limbs. Like, she literally just just forms the dude's limbs out of nowhere and restores it. But again, another cool kind of callback to that first double dungeon party and having Joohee kind of be equated to Semi. But no, yeah, after everything kind of falls, again, Bug Girl's over there like, dude, I know exactly who did it. She's like, I know you casted camouflage. You can't do that with mages in a party like this. You're not doing one up. Now, she does specifically say, with a mage in the group, do you think you can pull something like that off? Like, we're not dumb. Now, I'd assume that there was others in that group that were considered mages. Like, Gina, I would assume, would have been a mage. So maybe she's classified as something else. I don't even think in the manhwa did it actually go through each of these members and actually go into what they were. Granted, in the manhwa, there's 17 of them. It's kind of one of those oddities that they have happened in the manhwa before, where the manhwa, and again, this is, I think, supposed to be off the novel. So maybe with the novel, there was only 9 people, whereas in the manhwa, it was 17. But yeah, it kind of sucks they didn't go through each one of them to kind of get exactly what they are. But either way, Bug Girl's like, I know exactly what you did. Song's over there like sweating, like, oh crap, she knows. But she acknowledges that, hey, he saved our butts. It seems like he wants to keep it a secret. Why would you want to, reveal it? I'll let it slide this time. But there's a side of me that kind of thinks that maybe Semi knows as well. But no, this is a really cool point. Again, another sign that despite the fact that I had my initial impressions that this Sun guy was going to be like a total dirtbag, they're like, hey, we should probably leave. He's like, yeah, let's leave. Oh, good. We thought that you were going to force us. Because again, yeah, in his mind right here, I don't remember if it was covered in the anime. In his mind right here, he's saying, this is my only shot. This could possibly be my only shot. If this was a successful run, I would have been captain or leader, assigned leader of this B party. This was my shot. I'll never be as powerful as Choi and Cha, but at least I can, get to the leadership of the B group. And this is going to basically put a foil to it. Like, he's choosing survival of his group, and which honestly is to himself too. You're not going to be a leader if you're dead. He's choosing right here to put the group first. No, let's get out of here. Which I think should, honestly, in my opinion, if they do come back in there with the other group and realize, yeah, this was, what we end up seeing here, they should come in here and go, yeah, that was a good move by him. Make him leader. Like, he made the right call. Now, granted, there is a lot of emphasis towards the later part when they decide to finally go to the leader, that their goal is to close the gates. It isn't to get out of their life. So it technically could be seen as a negative. I don't think so, though. I think it's a good call because, again, if you survive now, then later on you could take down thousands of dungeons. But yes, they can't get out because there's a barrier and it's a cursed barrier. So they can't really get rid of the barrier and they're stuck. And yeah, a group of high orcs show up and start talking. I love this stuff. I absolutely love intelligent monsters. Not really, it's not intelligent monsters. They're all intelligent monsters. A lot of them are, but ones that speak human, one that can actually speak the language they understand. That stuff is cool because then we get to see that conversation actually happen. Now, at first, when it first shows up and it starts kind of jiggling its head around, I'm like, oh crap, is this going to be like one of those situations where it's a glitch again? Did we get another glitch in the Matrix? But no, Son walking up there and him just yelling at his face. I was like, oh damn, that's a good shot right there. That was a really good shot. But again, to Son's whole point here, it's like, you guys stay back. There's no point. We might as well go. Now, Song at first, right before he realizes that this guy is actually looking out for his well-being and that they're going to try to get him out of there, that this isn't a double dungeon situation, he thinks that it's foolish that Song is actually going to be going to the leader. Like, there's going to be more high orcs over there. Like, why go with them and go see the leader? Because then you're going to have the boss plus all of these. So it's better to just do it now. They're even calling to it right here. We might as well just try now, try to take the stuff down, and whatever happens, happens. It's no point to go all the way to the boss and then thus have even more problems to have to deal with. So there is a little bit of a pushback happening here. And I think that Song almost believes that, okay, maybe this Son guy, maybe he feels like he can negotiate with his boss or something like that, which is, absurd to think about. But no, then he gets that clarification here that, no, look, we're going to go attack the boss. That's going to distract him. And that's your chance to get out of here. Take the information, take her will, take the information back to the guild to let them know that's going on here. He's like, dude, you're probably going to be dead by the time we get here. It's okay. Their role, their job is not to survive. It is to close these gates. So their priority here is to get that information out to other people. So again, it's a self-sacrifice thing. And there's a lot of emphasis here on, again, the fact that these people are willing to kind of put Sung first as the porter. And yes, as the person that will be able to get that information out there. Pretty cool stuff. It is, again, really cool stuff. But yeah, they go to the big boss guy, tons of tough-looking bosses. I'm kind of curious. My assumption that's going to happen is they walk into that room. What I'm assuming is happening there is that this high orc sorcerer, great sorceress of the glorious orc tribe, I'm assuming he's looking for a show. That's like he said, I wish to see you humans. So make a choice, die here or come see me. I think he wants them to come there because he's probably wanting a show. He doesn't want them to die at the door. He wants them to come in there. And I'm assuming what's going to happen is because it has like a layout of all the like captains next to him. I'm assuming he's probably going to have like a tournament. All right, you fight that one, and then we're going to have like a one-on-one kind of thing happening, which the question mark at that point is going to see how long does Sung let this go on. Sung is seemingly showing a sign that this is a tough boss, so I'll be curious if he's going to be willing to let that kind of unfold or if he's just going to go straight at it. Obviously, we have Shaw outside, and she wants to sniff him again, so she's probably going to want to go in the dungeon. Where is Sung at? I need to sniff him. Like, it's her day off, and she's come to see if she could sniff him. Even on her day off, she wants to come sniff him. Now, that's the question mark. Can she make it in? Because is the barrier only on the inside? They didn't notice it when they came through, so I'm assuming the barrier was placed up after they left the gate. So it's curious if she could even make it in. But we'll see. That's my thoughts on the episode. It was a lot to go through. Fun episode to talk about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below, comment, let me know the episode. Do you like Shaw the Sniffer? If you're new here, subscribe before you leave. Like this content, you want to support the channel more. I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, you'll take care.